Hey everyone, this is Jake, and today we are going to go over another developer notes, and in this developer notes, they are mainly talking about the operators, passive skills, and some changes along with the new content that's coming in February and early March. So let's jump into this developer note and quickly go through what they have to say. For February 22nd, they are going to be doing some balance changes for operators' passive skills. So the main thing you probably want to mention is anti-ground damage as well as all this damage resistance. They're getting a buff. For passive level 11, anti-ground damage goes up to 20% as well as close damage as well as range damage goes up to 25%. So that's going to be probably one of the most useful changes, and I think they should be more valuable now. And they also are going to have more offensive one, like type damage advantage. It goes from 20% to 50%. That should definitely help you out with the PvE contents. For attack speed, 12% from 8% to 12%. I guess that's 4 additional percent, which is pretty good. But for level 11, I think that's a lot of efforts, and I don't know if that's going to change too much. Maybe it's too expensive to go through. But there's that. And they're going to have movement speed as well, which is going to be a meme, but we'll see how that will play out. And evasion as well as accuracy stats unchanged, as well as a crit damage resistance also gets 5% boost, but no one's gonna really use that. And the crit damage as well as the AoE damage resistance, those are remaining the same as well, because those two are considered the top of the line passive skills right now, your operators. So overall, the whole point is trying to make the other skills more valuable and come close to crit damage as well as the AoE damage resistance. They also mentioned in the last part of this, they said they are aware of kind of difficulty of raising operators' passive skill, so they are going to be doing some additional events to increase and help you out with the leveling up operator passive skills. So there is a nice touch to end that notes. For the second part, they are starting talking about what's coming within the March. They are going to be adding new raid boss, which is going to be mechanics. So I guess Jake Walker will have a pretty big advantage within the stage, but this stage you will fight this mechanic boss, and this will be definitely much harder than what you fought within the existing boss. So this boss is going to have a new gimmicks and new mechanics, so it won't be just kind of same as the original boss's different skin. It will actually be quite different. So they say it's not just going to be requiring more specs, it's going to give you some strategy to think about and deploy units into certain time to make this run easier to clear out. And they also say if you are fully decked out, you should be able to auto this with no problem. And they say don't worry about it, if you can't clear it, someone else will finish up like the existing raid right now. And you're gonna answer, well, if the reorder is shit, no one's gonna still do it, right? That's why they are also changing some couple things with the raid. So first thing they're adding is the branch mission nod they have, raid spawning thing. So before you have level 8, you will spawn up to level 135 to 150 or nightmare raids. But now they're going to change it, so when you have maximum branch to level 4, you will get only the nightmare raids which at level 150. So I guess level 200 and 222 was kind of random, so they kind of reduced down to level 150, and it's going to be a lot more easier and more manageable. And I like the fact if you build your branch to level 4, it will only spawn Nightmare Raid. Because right now, I'm actually still hitting Nightmare Raids. But the normal raids, honestly, since I have a lot of books around, I hit it anyways. And there's actually has been a lot of new players. So I've been helping them out, just clearing out. But in general, yeah, you don't really need to do normal raids right now if you're like me. Even the Nightmare Raid. But Nightmare Raid only spawning, that sounds really, really good to me. And I really like that change. And they are also going to be adding new raid tokens as well as new raid gear for the new raid boss. And they are also going to be removing the mold for the raid gear, so it will kind of work like your counter case weapons that you can farm from the challenge dungeon as well. You just need the materials to craft it, so you will only need the raid tokens and some additional crafting materials. And whatever molds you have farmed so far will all turn into raid tokens. So there is that as well. I guess I'm going to be getting refunded with a lot of raid tokens, but we'll see. And they're also going to be changing molds a bit. So the molds will go from tier 5 to tier 7 now. And when you get a tier 7 gear, it will be relic gears that you can get from the challenge dungeons. So now you have a bit more spots where you can find yourself with T7 gears, not just from challenge dungeons, but from the raid gear as well, which will cost you information books instead of Eternium. So I guess that's going to be giving you more options to sit down and play the game. And more you grind out and more friends you have, this raid should definitely give you a bit more gears, and more gears so you can use and upgrade, I guess. And they're also going to be changing some rewards. Whoever attending the raid someone else posted, instead of getting molds now, they're also going to be getting the completed T4 or T5 gears now, or they should be able to get additional raid tokens. And whoever found the raid or posted the raid will get the additional tokens as well. And they said with the additional updates coming within the March, they'll make sure so whoever posting this raid will get more benefit and more merits for you to go and post those things. So I guess maybe it's time for me to change all my French missions to raid spawning next month, but we'll see about that. And also nice change they're adding is now when you dismantle raid gear, you will get refunded with the raid tokens instead of just giving you just a small amount of credits. So this way you are able to actually get a lot more raid tokens flow, and you can try and craft more raid gears, which is pretty nice. They say they continue to develop this raid system because it's not something they want to abandon, and they want to refine this and make it into really good content and more fun content as well. So we'll definitely see how they will change things, especially with this boss. In the last part of the developer notes, they are talking about the new Gramarye event coming, which is next week. And this event will be talking about the bard owner, demon named Gramarye, and there's going to be a new character that will be introducing within this event, which is Exorcist named Nicole. And she'll kind of disguise herself as a bartender to work here, but they say it's going to be outer ridge of the ground one, so this is going to be very suburban area, and not to mention it's going to be kind of cute, kind of lovely here and there, and it's going to be also a bit erotic, so we'll see how things will turn out. But it sounds pretty fun and very different than what the other events has been doing. But that is pretty much the end of this developer notes, and I definitely like all these new changes they're doing with the operators. I wish they will do balance probably next for the operators, because I think some of the operators could definitely get a little buff, and they'll be much better and useful operator to use. And also raid changes, I welcome that. I've been saying they need to do something about the raid, because right now, especially within Korean server, the raids are pretty useless thing, but now it's definitely going to be more rewarding and more better. And since you have all these books around, you're going to be spending your time, and if the new raid is fun, I guess there's another fun punching bags to kill through. But I really like the raid content because it's just not one ships and 8 characters. There's just so many different characters that you can brought on, and you can see all of them within your same screen fighting along each other's and trying to kill this massive sized boss. So just like this content, so it's not something they should abandon, and it's more of something they should refine and expand on, and I'm glad they are approaching it that way and trying to make more content out of this existing raid system. And the side story is going to be pretty interesting to see new units like Nicole, and Gramarye most likely going to be an operator, so we'll see what kind of skill she will have. But either way, story for counter side always has been pretty fun. But anyways, thanks for watching guys, that's pretty much it for this developer note. I will see you guys next time with more video. Thanks for watching.